is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Well, isn't it a funny old Monday, Jack? Some of us are on holidays and some are not.
Bizarre, Swanee, but we're here with you live.
We are live in Melbourne and it is a holiday here. So it feels like Armageddon outside. It's so quiet.
I feel like we're back in lockdown.
I know, it
and
does.
Sneaking out.
It does a little bit. I am not hungover, which is usually what I remember from lockdown.
True.
So we're going to mix it up a bit with Say G'day. Ask us anything.
Anything.
Ask me anything. We don't even know if anyone's listening right now.
Well, I think our pals in Queensland and Western Australia are not on a public holiday.
Correct.
So this is your chance on 13 24 10 to ask us anything because no one else will really be listening.
And also, if you are in a city with a holiday, you can call us still.
Please, 13 24 10.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's do this.
Chrissy's Say G'day.
We're mixing it up a bit today. Not only are we going to say hello to you and say g'day, we've invited you to ask us anything.
Yeah.
I love doing that sometimes. Like if I'm at home, kids are asleep, might be 9 p.m, I'll just open my Instagram and I'll go, ask me anything.
AMA.
AMA. Patrick, AMA.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, who's this? Is this Patrick? Hello, my darling. Hello.
Patrick, we're going to come back to you. Tom's just going to check that you're there. Patrick's 10, so I think he's still got his radio on in the background.
And he's freaking out because he's called Chrissy Swan and he never expected her to answer. Hello, Anne-Marie.
Hi, Chrissy.
How
Hi, Jack.
are you? You're in Queensland. You're working today?
No, I'm not today. But I have a question for Jack. I was wondering if he ever cooked up your steak recipe that you showed him.
Now, you're speaking of a steak recipe where I got a very cheap piece of steak from the supermarket. And the key was I could turn it into a restaurant quality in no time at all, but the key was to leave it on the bench.
Yep. Did he ever try it himself?
Anne-Marie, I cooked it last week and it was perfect.
And he sent me photographic evidence, Anne-Marie.
And I've now realised, Anne-Marie, that I do like pepper. That was the big takeaway for me from you cooking that steak here at work.
Anne-Marie, have you tried it?
I've tried it for my partner because I don't eat steak, and I did manage to trick him, and he ate it.
You tricked him?
What do you mean
How
you
did you
tricked
trick him?
Well, because he likes fancy, good pieces of steak, like Scotch and rib fillet. So
yes, I love it.
Yeah, and he ate it, and he said, "Oh, it's really good."
Good on you, man. Have you got kids at all, Anne-Marie?
Pardon?
Have you got kids?
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to send all of you off to see the Garfield movie. Don't miss it. Cinemas May 30.
How good's
coming
that?
up. All right, now, Patrick, hello.
Hello?
You are back. Hello, Patrick.
Yep.
All right, yeah. What is your question? You can ask us anything, my darling.
Did you and Jack do the athletics carnival at school?
Okay, I will answer. Yes, I did, because that was before I realised that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Jack, did you?
I did, Patrick. I liked it because I got to dress up in a different colour, but I hated the sport part.
Yeah.
Do you like it or hate it, Patrick?
I love it.
You love it.
It's the best thing at school.
What colour is your house?
I am Red Rita.
Oh, Red Rita.
Yeah, Patrick.
What school do you go to, Patrick?
Villanova College, Brisbane.
Hello to everyone at Villanova College, Brisbane. Keep your eyes peeled for the red streak, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, we're going to send you a family pass to see the new Garfield film, okay?
Okay.
Bring your own lasagna.
Thank you so much.
Patrick, I love you so much.
What a vibe.
Jane, hello, Jane.
Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Jack. How are you?
I've just got a vibe that you're very fancy, Jane.
Ooh.
Oh. No, I'm a bit of an enigma, but I can be fancy. Just required.
Yeah, same as me. What is your question for us?
Oh, Chrissy, I've got buyer's regret. I've got an air fryer, and I just never use it, and I just don't know what I'm missing. What should I be putting in there?
All right. How long have you had the air fryer?
6 months.
And how many people live at your house?
I've got 4, and I've got teenage boys that are hungry.
Okay. Oh, my God, Jane. You are the perfect demographic for an air fryer. First things first, do you have a tradition where you buy fish and chips?
Yes.
Okay, so what you do is next time you order fish and chips, order another family serve of chips. Then You freeze that serve straight away. Don't even let your sons know that it's there. You freeze it straight away. Then you turn on your, next time you feel like chips or the boys are like, oh, I'm hungry, Mum. You just turn on your air fryer, throw the chips in there, and they're better than when you bought them.
Oh, my God, I love that. We all love chips. That is amazing.
So that's what you do. In fact, buy 2 family serves. That's what I do. And then I freeze them, and then we've always got chips. They're also great for the potato scallops / potato cakes. But basically, you use everything that you use your oven for, you use your air fryer for. Call me later and I'll take you through it, Janie.
Thank you.
Priceline pharmacy voucher for you, Jane. And really quickly, Jordan, what's your question for Swan?
Oh, well, I have a day off today. Hello.
How
I'm in
gorgeous.
Melbourne.
Good on you, Jordan.
I mean, I'm on call, but no one's called me yet, so we're fine. The children in Melbourne are obviously healthy. It's great.
Of course.
I'm on my way to Bunnings. I've got a spot in my veggie garden where I need to pull the tomatoes out from spring. What should I plant there?
Parsley. Curly parsley.
Oh, yes.
Or Vietnamese mint for Vietnamese night, Jordan.
Parsley on your eggs as well is my favourite at the moment.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Download the free Priceline Pharmacy app and skip the prescription queue. With its handy pre-order function, order your script and they'll message you when it's ready.
Visit priceline.com.au for more details about the Priceline app. The Chrissy Swan Show.
I want to ask you, is the name you go by not the name on your birth certificate? And you can answer yes to this, Jack.
I can. My full name is Jack Charles Holland, but when I first started in like radio and I think even my Instagram, I just got the handle Jack Charles. And I've always really loved my name. I thought Jack Charles was a cool name, so I've stuck with that. And also, Jack Holland weirdly reminds me of being called to the principal's office in primary school. Like, it's an actual trigger.
And did that happen often?
Oh, yeah, it did.
Well, I had no idea, but Reese Witherspoon, such an unusual name. That's not her name. She sat down with her co-star and friend, Nicole Kidman, for Vanity Fair, and this was what happened in the discussion.
I called Dern when we were shooting Big Little Lies.
I hate how you call her Dern, though.
Why?
Because it sounds weird.
I'm going to tell you why.
Sounds like, okay, why? I'm always like, Laura.
Do you know why?
And you're like, no, Dern.
Because my name's Laura. Oh. And her name's Laura, and it's confusing to me.
Oh.
My real name's Laura Jean.
I want to know so many things. One, does anybody still call Reese Laura? Like her husband, does he call her Laura or does he call her Reese? I want to know how this works.
Yeah, my vibe is no. Because I just feel like I've never heard this fact. And I feel like everyone calls her Reese and it's never spoken about. Like even with Pink, people sometimes call her Alicia or it's brought up in interviews. I've never heard that.
I've never, ever heard it. And also, there are lots of people in Hollywood that go by a name that isn't on their birth certificate. But often that's got something to do with like if they've got an ordinary name, like Emma Roberts, for example. Her name is Emily Roberts. And in order to work, you have to register with the Academy of Motion Picture Sciences or SAG or something. And if that is already registered, that name, you've got to change it. There can only be one go.
And pick another.
Yeah. So like, you know the famous actor Michael Keaton? He played Batman. So his name is actually Michael Douglas. But he went to register as a working actor and they're like, well, there is already a Michael Douglas, so you have to change it. But there is no way known that there is already a Laura Witherspoon.
I do have to say, so like, I think Reese Witherspoon suits her more than Laura Witherspoon.
I think she looks like a Laura. Now that I know that she's a Laura, that makes sense to me.
I think if she was just a normie that never acted or became famous, Laura suits her.
Yeah, right.
But Reese just gives her that sort of cool element.
I want to know the ins and outs. Like, what about passports? And what about how often you have to... Because, you know, when you're filling out forms...
Yeah.
It always says, have you ever been known by any other name? Is it a drag every time you have to fill that out?
I go to the post office to collect mail and they're like, you're not Jack Holland. It's
so annoying.
And I'm like, no, there's a C there for my middle name. It's Jack Charles.
I've got so many questions.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We have so many questions for people that go by a name that isn't on their birth certificate.
And we're not talking nicknames, Swanee. We're not talking like Matilda, Tilly. We want to know if you've actually changed your name.
Yeah, like Reese Witherspoon. Her name is Laura Jane. I mean, I had no idea. And I want to know specifically how you chose the name.
Yeah, why?
Like if you were born Jessica Smith and now you're known as Claire Farquharson. Why?
Yeah.
Why? What was the inspo? Was there someone at school called Claire who you liked? Did you look at yourself in the mirror like Osher Günsberg? He got to the top. His name is Andrew.
Andrew G.
He was at the top of a slope skiing.
He must have been on some good gear, man.
I think he was sober already by
Okay.
then. And it just came to him at the top of the mountain that he should be Osher. And he thought about it on the way down. And by the time he reached the bottom, he was Osher.
It's such a wild story. And also Osher, where does that name just appear from?
I know.
Where did he hear that?
Did he make it up? Is it a name? Who knows? Amy.
Hello.
Hi. What?
Hello.
Hi. Your mum. Her name is different to what goes on her birth certificate.
Yes. So she's named after my nan,
Yeah.
but goes by her middle name. So when we were born, she's actually put her middle name as her name on our birth certificate as well. So she goes by Linda. And then we applied for passport. We actually got denied because it wasn't her name on our passport.
Wow.
Nothing's matched up.
So what is on her birth certificate? She was born. So when she came out, her mum said, I'm going to call you
Carmel.
Carmel. And at what stage did she become Linda?
I don't know. Before I was born, because it's all I've known.
That happened a lot back then.
Really?
Yeah, you got a name and then nobody ever called you that.
Did you not question your mum, Amy, as to why?
No, I only learned when we applied for our passport that wasn't her name.
Wow.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, my grandmother passed away long before I was born, before anybody. She was really, really young.
Yeah.
She's in our family folklore. Everyone calls her Sally.
Yeah.
Turns out that's not her name. Her name is Charlotte.
Well, and then she just picked Sal.
I think that's what happened. They just sort of changed it. It's bizarre. And Sal isn't her middle name. Just came out of nowhere, but everybody called her that.
Bit of fun.
Natalie.
Hi, how you going?
Hi. What's your name story?
So growing up, I went by a different surname, and I actually didn't realise that wasn't my real surname until I went to go for my licence, and I got denied. So all my documents, everything I'd ever known was I was a Williams, and that wasn't the case.
I don't understand. So let's go back. So you were always known in your mind as Natalie Williams.
Yep, correct.
But but all your documentation said what?
So it was my father's name, but my mum totally forgot that she had named my surname after my father's, but I went by her maiden name and she just forgot to tell me.
What?
Wow! So when you were born and she was filling out the forms, she put your dad's name, but then did he disappear or something?
Oh, yeah, just he was there kind of in the background from time to time, but yeah, even my brother wasn't on my birth certificate, so I don't know what was going on.
So what was that like to look at a birth certificate for you and go, I had no idea that was my name?
Yeah, it was strange, and it also made things very difficult for paperwork down the line and getting married and knowing, and having multiple different names. And
wow.
Also, your name is such a part of your identity. When you visualise that name, when I think Chrissy Swan, I think of you. When I think of my name, I think of me. It'd be so odd to change that.
So odd. And I just love how her mum's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I forgot your father even existed.
Let's finish with Stephen, Swanee.
Stephen.
Mine's a little bit naughty, I have to admit, to start off with things.
I love it already.
Okay, so this is back in the past in my younger years, so we're going back through the annals of history, and I would go by the name of Xavier Lane whenever I was getting up to mischief, including when I was underage. Going out clubbing, let's just say adult activities, and mostly in different cities. So, I'm a Queenslander, so there might be a few people in Melbourne and Sydney that knew me as Xavier Lane.
Okay, so Stephen, I know for sure. I've got another friend who had an alter ego. I know for a fact, and tell me yes or no, you have a Hotmail address, xavierlane@hotmail.com.
very similar.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's go clicking.
Chrissy's clickbait.
I tell you what, anything that talks about one-hit wonders or best albums of all time or like top 100 singles of all time, I'm there.
Right up our alley.
Ed Sheeran sat down with Jake Shane, who is apparently a famous TikToker.
Yeah.
Do I need to get onto TikTok?
I don't think so. I wish I hadn't because it's such a wormhole. Like, I can't get off it once I'm on it, and it kind of depresses me.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I don't think you need to.
I don't need anything more in my life. Anyway, Ed Sheeran has made an astounding but understandable claim about Britney Spears' song "Baby One More Time."
What do you think is another perfect debut song?
Oh, this is my favorite topic of conversation. "Hit Me Baby One More Time" by Britney Spears.
So that's it. There is no better debut song. I think "Hit Me Baby One More Time" is like top 2 or 3 best songs ever written.
High praise indeed.
High praise. And Ed often covers that song.
Let me have a listen.
Something wasn't right, yeah. Oh, baby, I shouldn't have.
No, I'm sorry. Do you know what makes Baby One More Time good?
What?
Oh, baby,
Yeah,
baby.
I agree.
You need that shake and that Britney voice.
And whatever that electronic instrument is.
Yeah.
That one. But of course, I couldn't resist to put together a list. I will be thinking of this every day for the rest of my life now.
Give me some.
These are just off the top of my head. The best debut singles, which means the very first song that we ever heard this person release. I don't think you can go past Sweet Disposition by Temper Trap.
Absolute tune.
Oh! Tom! Put down that corn chip, Tommy.
And if it's 3 a.m. on a Sunday morning, the John Summit remix.
Oh my God, it's so good. I've got
Goosebumps.
full goosebumps.
Give me another one.
He's got a second song out at the moment that Nova are playing, which is fabulous. But I could not believe my ears when I heard Take Me to Church by Hosier. What a song! And you can sharpen your knife. I believe that death is death. What a song!
That's amazing.
It's amazing. And I can only have one more. Mr. Brightside, The Killers.
Was this their debut?
Yes.
I did not know. I thought this was like way newer.
Look at Tom is shook. Living on your alibi. What a song. Price I paid. Dad, what a song.
Absolute
tune.
tune.
I could go on forever on this. It's a really fun thing to do if you've got absolutely no life, is put together your list.
Yes.
Now let's finish off with, what are we talking about
Some
here?
more singing, the beautiful Rumer Willis.
Oh my God. So I saw this. You know how some families you just love? I love the Bruce Willis, Demi Moore, 3 girls. They're very amicable in their breakup. They're all hanging out in a beautiful house together.
It is nice.
He's unwell. She's there Demi's there for him, his ex, the mother of his children. I just love the whole
vibe.
Beautiful, broad-minded love of it all.
Yes.
And their eldest daughter, we call her Rumer. I think it's pronounced Rummer, actually.
Okay.
Rummer Willis.
That's annoying.
She is the most amazing singer, and Demi Moore posted this clip.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance.
Wow.
Wow.
Won't you please let me back in your
And of course, that is the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
I Want You Back.
I was blind to let you go.
I could listen to her all day long.
She needs to release some of her own music if she hasn't already.
She must. And I will buy it. And whatever her debut single is will join my list.
Of what?
The best ever.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
It's a funny old day. Some people are on holiday, some people aren't. But my God, you're loving calling us. We're thrilled about that.
Yes, thank you.
A bit of a party happened at the Coldplay concert. A hodgepodge of guests. Joe Jonas, Liam Hemsworth, and Kylie Minogue all yucking it up at the Coldplay concert.
I have FOMO. Not that I'm friends with any of them, but that is a fun crew to hang out and party with.
And they were in Athens. Can you imagine?
Get me to Greece. Hey, Swanee, before we were speaking about debut singles.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Kylie's debut single?
The Locomotion.
Yeah.
It was very safe. I mean, of course, I was alive when it was released. You weren't.
No, I wasn't.
I remember it very, very clearly, and I loved it.
See, I love Kylie, but I don't like that song.
Well, she had to start.
I feel bad, but...
She had to start there. Do you know what I mean? And remember, she has gone through the most unbelievable metamorphosis as an artist. She wasn't an artist then. She was owned by Stock Aitken and Waterman. You know, they did everything. She was sort of owned by Mushroom Records as well, and they just sort of pushed her out. They had absolutely no idea what a genius she was going to become.
And now she's partying with Joe and Liam in Athens.
I don't know. Look, at Liam Hemsworth, I'm sure, is fun. Joe Jonas.
You're not a fan, are you?
Jury's out. Why are you?
Because he looks fun, and he's a freshly single dude.
He's certainly in that loose time of his life, isn't he?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's give away a bum bag.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
I mean, you've known me for a long time, Jack. Am I getting looser in my old age?
I think so. Does that mean your, what is it, the frontal lobe or something starts to go with old age? Because I'm here for it if so.
You know that people who kill other people have been proven to have frontal lobe damage. So just be careful what you're saying there.
Okay.
Well, let's go to Deanne. Hello, Deanne.
Hi, how you going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Which part of Brizzy are you from?
I'm from Crestmead.
Oh, Pressmead. Now, what's the weather like there at the moment?
Sunny and beautiful and nice and...
God damn you. I was on the Gold Coast late last week or on the weekend, and the weather was outrageous.
Good way or bad way?
Good way.
Oh,
so
jealous.
good. Hey, Kathy, you enjoying the rays as well?
Absolutely.
You're so lucky. Have you ever lived anywhere else?
Yes, I've come from Ballarat.
Oh, my God, Kath. That is as cold as a witch's teat, as they used to say in the classics. But at least you were nice and close for one of those period shots at Sovereign Hill.
Absolutely.
All right, girls. Your names are your buzzers. It's the best of 5. So the first person to get to 3 wins the bum bag. How many times have I said that and I still don't know? It's definitely frontal lobe damage.
And someone will walk away with a family pass to Despicable Me 4.
In fact, I'm going to go rogue. I'm going to go rogue now. You're both getting a family pass to Despicable Me 4.
It's a public holiday for some people. Why not?
It's so good. It's one of the few franchises I like. Question number 1. Which Britney Spears song has Ed Sheeran said yes, Deanne?
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yes, he said it was one of the top 2 or 3 songs of all time.
Huge call.
I mean,
that was my favourite.
But what about Toxic? Where's Toxic in all of this? What a tune.
That is way better.
I think it's
than
better
Baby
too.
One More Time.
Number 2, can you tell me what RSL stands for? Apart from great
Kathy.
steaks and a wonderful selection of desserts.
Kathy.
Yes, Kathy?
Return Service League.
Correct. I love an RSL, don't you?
I don't think I've ever stepped foot in an RSL.
Oh, my God. You guys are from Queensland. Queensland have the best RSLs ever. Okay. Question number 3. 13 years ago, one of Nova's favourite sons released his debut single. Can you tell me the name of this song?
They say she's in the class
18.
Kathy.
Yes, Kathy.
The A-Team.
It is the A-Team. Is that your favourite Ed Sheeran song?
Absolutely.
It's my second favourite. What's your favourite Ed Sheeran song, Jack?
Oh, see, I'm not a massive Ed dude.
You don't have to be. There's
Is it
going to be one. But Don't's my favourite.
Yeah, I think that's mine too.
Don't's my favourite.
That's a tune.
Tom, is Don't your favourite too?
No, his would be like Bad Habits or something. Question number 4.
It's not which Ed Sheeran song is autobiographical. Question number 4. Peter Costello has resigned as chairman of which TV network?
Kathy.
Yes, Kathy?
Channel 9.
It is Channel 9.
You've won it, Kathy.
How come I've never heard of Peter Costello? Well done, Kathy. You have got yourself a limited edition bum bag. And Deanne, you are also, both of you are going to go and see the new Despicable Me 4. Well done, girls.
Yay.
Awesome, thank you.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
It's Monday, which means let's look back on my weekend.
Chrissy's Weekend Whip.
I really love this segment because it forces me into that oogity-boogity practice of gratitude.
Yeah, okay.
Because I always get to Sunday night and I'm like, oh, what have I done? My life is shit.
I do that too, but for different reasons.
You must do this.
Yeah.
You must do this because it makes you stop and go, oh, hang on. If I had to come up with 5 amazing things that I did on the weekend that brought me joy, what were they?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's good.
Yesterday, I made Neil Perry's lasagna.
How does it differ from like a normal one?
I tell you how it differs is you make the sauce. I did my own sauce and then I sort of retrospectively added some balsamic vinegar because his has that in it. But the key is you layer like the sauce, the pasta.
Yeah.
Then you break up a buffalo mozzarella and then you put pasta, sauce, buffalo mozzarella, blah, blah, blah. You know, the soft ones that you get. They're sort of, you know,
The
pickled.
ball.
Yeah.
They're great.
I mean, it costs about $50 a serve. But, man, he knows his way around a lasagna. I really recommend it.
Better than your usual lasagna because you often make me a lasagna.
Yes, it is. And I've got a piece for you too. But
Amazing.
I didn't bring it in today. I just went, no, I'm going to bring it in for you tomorrow.
Wait for a normal weekday, yeah.
Okay, so two things happened. My laundry is a nightmare, right? It is an absolute nightmare. And I got a quote to just pretty it up. Have a guess how much the quote came in. I nearly fell off my chair.
10 grand.
$83,000 for a laundry.
What was the most expensive item?
All of it. That wasn't including tiles and stuff. I was like, are you joking? And the guy said, oh, maybe it's just something you'll keep in your back pocket for later on. I said, I am telling you, there will never be a time that I think it's okay to spend $83,000 on somewhere to wash my clothes.
Absolutely not. I'd rather put that towards like a dry cleaner's bill for the rest of my life and drop it off.
And you will get to that target.
I will.
Anyway, so that was one thing. The good news about that is I've now got a project and I'm going to bring that in for $15,000 and you bloody watch me do it, okay?
A DIY laundry?
Yep, I'm doing it.
Go you, Swan.
You watch me. Then part of it was there's a funny little thing in my laundry. It's under the stairs, blah, blah, blah. I went, I'm going to put some shelves in there. I measured them. I ordered them. They arrived. And guess what?
Don't tell me you're going to build them.
I put them together. They are in that cupboard.
Who are you?
I know. Did someone say medication? Then I made new incense discs out of Fimo. So I've got these little incense discs, right, that sit a beautiful little stick of incense.
Yeah.
I don't have enough of them and they only come with the incense box and I don't want to buy new incense boxes. So I bought some Fimo. You know that stuff you used to play with as a kid?
Fimo,
It's like
Play-Doh.
clay modelling, but you cook it.
Oh.
Anyway, I've got a rolling pin out. I made these beautiful things. I measured the holes and now I've got all of these homemade incense holders.
I need one of those. I had to put mine, stick my incense in a magazine with an old candle vessel under it.
That's exactly what I normally do. I've got you covered.
Yes.
All right. And the last thing that brought me joy was on Saturday night. I ordered gnocchi carbonara and only on the menu was it spaghetti carbonara, but I really wanted gnocchi, so I wrote a little note and you're always fingers crossed.
That they do it, yeah.
That they do it and that, whatever. Anyway, it arrived. It was piping hot. It was exactly what I ordered and I ate it on the couch off my boob shelf watching Hacks.
Oh, have you finished Hacks yet?
No, I'm taking it easy. You know what I'm like.
It's so good.
Yeah, I know. I'm really enjoying it and I really, really recommend it. Do you think there's something about an old salty entertainer and a young producer writer that maybe strikes home for me?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
On Monday, and lucky you because
Need a
Luke is
doctor?
here.
Skip the waiting room and speak to a doctor online with Instant Scripts. Visit instantscripts.com.au today. Medical Monday with Dr Preeya Alexander.
Welcome, you magnificent creature.
Hello, friends.
Hey, Priya.
I've got a unrelated question.
Oh, go on.
What's
Could
for
be
dinner?
anything.
No, I'm joking. Why, when I make an appointment at 4:30, do I not get to see a doctor until 5:15?
That's called running late. Actually, 15 minutes I consider normal. I'm sorry, Chrissy. That's 45. I don't tend to run 45 late unless we've had an emergency. Things happen in our consulting rooms I can't even tell you.
Have you heard of like text message platforms that tell your patients that it's going to be late?
We sometimes call people if,
Yeah,
if
do you
an
not get a
emergency
call?
happens.
Never. I've never, ever got a call.
My clinic always calls. Do you know that's the one
That's
time
nice.
I'm not savage? That's the one place I don't get mad about lateness because I can imagine what the doctors are dealing with.
Yeah, because also
Thanks, Jack.
you're sitting there in the waiting room convinced that you're about to die.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he's
you
like,
can
I'm going
wait.
to take 45 minutes too.
Yeah.
All right.
Question number 1, Swanee.
Yes, we have taken your questions on social media. Some of them are anonymous, some of them are not. Sophie wants to know if there are any natural ways to get rid of skin tags. And an addendum to that, what is a skin tag?
So skin tags are those little excess bits of skin that you might notice around the neck, sometimes under the armpit. They're like you can flick them.
They're disgusting. They look like little kitten tits. Do you know what I mean?
They're very common, friends, and they often occur with friction. So you might wear a necklace that rubs, or if underwear rub, they can occur on the groin line, but it's often that friction.
So you're not born with it, baby?
No, they often they come in your life.
They grow like, roots of trees under your arms.
They can grow in areas of friction, but when this person says natural, I'm wondering what that means. But
I'd take to them with a set of nail clippers.
you can. So we can snip them, we can freeze them, and if they're particularly large, I'll refer you to a dermatologist or plastic surgeon to have them removed, depending on where they are.
I had one on my eyelid.
Yeah. Yep. You can get them really anywhere.
Do you remember
tags.
we were working together?
Yeah, you had to
and I
have
was like, I've got to have a morning off. I've got to go and see a plastic surgeon.
There you go.
And I waited so long to get in to see him, and then he went, tip, and that was it.
And they're benign. That's the other thing to tell people. So they're not cancerous. If you've got a skin growth, though, it's worth just getting it checked.
Of course.
But skin tags are benign, and they just occur due to friction.
Go see your GP, get it
Come
snipped.
and see us.
Or come see me and I'll take it off with a set of nail clippers. Shelley has asked about how long it should take for her cycle to start back after having a baby and whether they come back worse.
No single right answer here, friends. So it's different for everybody. It depends on whether or not you're breastfeeding. Depends on lots of things. So for some people, after childbirth, they're having a period at 4 weeks. Holy mama. Some people who are breastfeeding don't get return of cycle. So if you're exclusively breastfeeding, some people use lactational amenorrhea, so breastfeeding no period, as their form of contraception.
Which is an old wives' tale.
No. Lactational amenorrhea. You have to meet certain criteria. Baby under 6 months, exclusively breastfeeding, not having long gaps in the feeds, no return of period. But you can use that as your contraception. But I know this is cool. How nerdy and awesome is this? But the answer is it's different for everybody when your period returns. And so if it's not returning and the reason you're asking is, I'd like to consider another baby, pregnancy, that's when you come and see me, GP.
Thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you next week.
And thank you for bringing Holy Mama back. We haven't had a Holy Mama for weeks.
Holy Mama.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's Clickbait.
Tell you what, Jojo Siwa, she's got some appeal, man.
She knows how to make a headline.
She does. And I've only just I've done a bit of a deep dive on Jojo because my kids love that song. Yeah, calm as a bitch.
Better.
When I first heard it, when I first heard that she had a song called Karma, I thought, is someone covering my Queen and Saviour's song Karma?
Oh no, she's come up with her own.
Yeah, and then I heard my kids singing these very rude words and I thought, no, Taylor would never do such a thing.
Never.
Jojo Siwa, she's sassy. Then I did a deep dive and I said to Peg, didn't Jojo have a line of bows?
Yeah. She was an innocent gal.
Yeah. And then I didn't even realise she was from Dance Moms.
Yeah, the star.
Which I tried to watch last year. I thought it'd be fun. I'll get into that and then I'll watch lots of seasons. Because when you're a parent, you're always desperately trying to find something in common with your kids, right? You are. So I thought, great, we'll love Dance Moms. Anyway, I could watch about 4 episodes. She was so mean, that
Abby
woman.
Lee?
Abby Lee.
That's what makes it great.
No.
She's
she
heaven.
was so mean to those little girls and the parents let it happen.
I know. I mean,
I'm watching it. I said to Peg, just so you know, for clarity, for avoidance of doubt, if anyone spoke to you or treated you in that way in front of me, I would kill them with my bare hands.
I mean, Abby Lee is now in a wheelchair, so maybe karma is a bitch.
Well, absolutely. And, lucky she isn't in there for something I've done. Anyway, JoJo has been spotted kissing a US TV star that she met while judging So You Think You Can Dance. It's the hottest, most romantic airport smooch I've ever seen.
The full head neck grab.
Yes.
Another favourite headline I saw of JoJo over the weekend was
what's she up to
she
now?
chugged a bottle of vodka during a Pride performance. It's like she's turned 21 and decided that her whole persona is going to be getting drunk.
And what about when she was in her kitchen going, so drunk right now?
After Disneyland.
Yeah, anyway, she did have a previous relationship with someone called Avery Cyrus, which I then had to Google to see if it was Miley's sister. It's not.
It's not, okay.
It's not. All right, let's finish with this heartwarming story out of the Daytime Emmys. We had some candidates there, didn't we?
Yeah, because Steph and Dennis and that other lady from Neighbours whose name escapes me popped up on stage to present.
But it's got to be Jackie Woodburn, wouldn't it?
No, Annie Jones.
Oh, Annie Jones.
Yes.
Well, yeah, the Daytime Emmys, this is a really big deal. And Dick Van Dyke, who's been acting for a million years almost. I mean, he was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. He's been in all of them, right? 98 years old.
98.
So gorgeous, so full of life. Have a listen to this little interview.
I'm just happy to be the oldest nominee. I never knew that.
The oldest nominated
That's
actor
quite an
at the
honor.
Daytime Emmys.
If I'd known I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. I'm 98, have almost all my marbles.
You seem like
I
it.
can't remember what I had for breakfast, but
Does the word retirement ever even cross your mind, or you're still just as passionate?
oh no.
And do you know why no? Do you know why he said no?
No, because death crosses his mind.
No, he said because this isn't work, this is play. Actors are so lucky.
It's like us, Swanee.
I feel exactly the same.
So
and
do
I'm
I.
never going to retire, mainly because I've still got so many children that seem to be growing up very slowly.
And an $80,000 laundry to pay for.
Oh my God, I'm never paying for that. Can you believe it?
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.